And yeah, we see the fusion core coming up, which means that we are going to see battle cruisers here. So battle cruisers being produced, only one of them coming out, and yeah, the battle cruiser obviously a very good unit. People were asking me in one of the other videos why we don't see more of them. That's because they're pretty weak against some of the units, but yeah, they can still do a lot of damage if they get support. And with a decent support on the ground, especially against things like stalkers, they can do a whole lot of good. So it is out now, and it doesn't have the Yamato cannon yet. It's not being researched either, so I'm not sure if it's even worth it. It is definitely a strong weapon, but yeah, it costs a lot of time to actually charge up. It needs 150, 125 energy. That's energy, I'm assuming? I'm not sure. Yeah, it probably is. And it does 300 damage, which blows up most units. It is an excellent weapon in well, in an air fight, and that is definitely what you want to use if you have a number of them. But for now, yeah, he's not going to research it. It's not worth it, apparently. Which one is this? Is this for the High Templar? Hang on, let me search for that. Wrong base. I don't even know where it's being researched. Maybe in the council. No, come on, that's not a forge. It's here. It doesn't say, it just says Kaidaran Amulet, and I think that's for the High Templars. Anyhow, yeah, here they are, and yeah, the High Templars obviously very good for the Psionic Storm, and the Psionic Storm is really good against the Marines. Not against these guys, but these guys can be taken out pretty easily with the feedback. Feedback deals drains all energy and then does 1 damage per point of energy, and we will see here that this guy has 150 energy and has 550 health. So yeah, you can see that if you have the 200, then you do pretty much, well, over one third of the HP will just vanish by hitting it with 1 feedback. And a lot of High Templar coming out. A lot of Stalkers too, but yeah, Stalkers are the normal unit, and we normally see them supplemented with some Sentries and some Zealots. And obviously we see those, but yeah, the High Templar, they aren't used a whole lot. They are very useful, but yeah, they're just really expensive. So another base going down as the SCVs being transferred a little bit too early, meaning that they already went home before anything, before the base landed. And oh, this whole force is coming in just as it lands, and this base is going down. Yeah, there's no way you can save that. So the refineries are going down as well. This is going down, and this whole expansion attempt is completely thwarted. Yeah, the 1 refinery actually lives. And another command center is being built immediately, just to try to keep up with the Protoss. Although, yeah, I haven't seen him scout yet, so he may not even know how many bases there are from the Protoss. He does know. All 3 bases are there. And yeah, our Protoss player hasn't scouted any of this here. So that is quite surprising, because normally we see a little bit better scouting from Protoss players, because they have these invisible units, the observers. And as you can see, there are no missile turrets around, so they can scout freely. And obviously the scan on the Terran side helps you scout around the map as well. So the Protoss going for his one of the high yield expansions. They're really hard to hold, but since the Protoss player is ahead currently and knows that he's ahead, well, he's as long as he can hold off this base, he is ahead. And you can see the battle cruisers getting are taking a feedback each, and immediately one of them is going down, but the other two are doing crazy amounts of damage, or terrible damage, as I should say. That's from one of the early videos from Blizzard. In case you didn't know, they put out some battle videos. I forgot what they're called, but this guy who was commenting on it used the phrase terrible damage in each of those videos. And yeah, it was just one of those inside jokes for people who watched those videos back then. And I think every time I see something happening on this on Starcraft 2, I think about terrible damage. So 3 battle cruisers out once again, and the battle cruisers should really have this Yamato cannon upgrade, because then they can actually use the energy once it reaches 125, and they don't take the feedback damage that they would otherwise take, as well as do the additional damage. Yeah, we see some observers out now, well, at least one, and no observer here as far as I can tell. Observers are a little easier to spot in this version of StarCraft. StarCraft 1 they were really hard to spot, but in StarCraft 2 you can easily see them. Yeah, with the current colors I don't have too much trouble finding them, because they're yellow on the minimap where the enemy units are red. So it's easy to distinguish between them, and if I do it like this it's even easier. But for now it's okay, I can find them. So especially with the ghosts, I usually have some trouble because they hide them pretty well. What was that? I don't know what happened there. I think they sniped something here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry, I want to go back here because let me increase the speed a little bit, because I wanted to see what actually went down there. So it was just one of the battle cruisers going down, and then actually I think he shot his own tank there, because there is nothing in the Protoss side that could actually snipe that tank, but I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, the missile turret going down here, which means that this observer is going to get shot if it doesn't move. And he still has, he now has 4 battle cruisers, but he still has all his battle cruisers at high health, except for this one. But and he is actually going to shoot down this observer. There it goes. Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of having observers, that once they get spotted they immediately die, and they cost quite a lot of gas. So they're relatively expensive, and they do give you some excellent scouting information, but yeah, considering that the Terran also has to make the choice between mule and scanner sweep, so scan an area, it is kind of equal, I guess, because a mule gives you a lot of minerals, and yeah, observers are kind of more useful than the scan in some cases. Wow, taking a lot of damage from the storms and feedback, and wow, 2 of the battle cruisers going down really early, and all of the marines going down to the storms. And now it's going to be a straight up fight between these stalkers and the battle cruisers, and I don't think that the battle cruisers can win that, because especially if you have blink micro, then there is no way they can win. Yeah, so this battle cruiser will probably go down as well. Yep, there we go. And the tank is blunk upon both of the tanks actually, taken down by the Stalkers, and then the Stalkers finally go down, but they did enough damage there. We see one ghost at very low health over here. And he doesn't have a nuke yet, so no problem. But yeah, he is at pretty low health. Obviously the observer spots him anyway. The observer also spots the fact that this high yield expansion is now being taken. Mothership out now for